Hi there, this is Karen Dewey. Welcome to my channel. I am 6 weeks today into the DNRS program to retrain my brain. I joined the program because I've had a lot of health issues over the years, struggled a lot with anxiety and fear and depression and a lot of physical issues as well. So I'm in the process of retraining my brain. And one of the things that I have learned in this program is that we can actually sort of trick our brains. What do I mean by that? We can act differently than what we're actually feeling. And one of the expressions that they use in this program is think higher than you feel. So if we're feeling anxious or depressed or overexcited or sick or in pain, obviously, when we're feeling those things, the natural response to those is to have some discomfort and sadness and not be in a very good mood. I've often told my husband that it's very difficult to be happy and joyful when I don't feel well or I'm in pain. And when things become chronic, it's very hard to maintain a positive attitude. But it is possible, and that's what I'm learning. Before I joined the program, I was pretty down, and my issues have been sort of chronic for about 35 plus years, but they've gotten progressively worse as different traumas have happened over the years. And I've always been able to push through them, but I've always felt like something's missing, something's just wrong in me. The program has been great for me because it's helped me to understand that it's not something that's like wrong in me. It's a limbic system impairment. But as I mentioned, they say you can think higher than how you feel. So we do have control over how we feel because we can control what we think. Our brains, if we have limbic system impairment, are caught in these trauma loops. And we used to think of them as like the old tapes. I'm sure some of you have heard of back years ago, it used to be, oh yeah, those old tapes are replaying in my head. Well, they've learned more about the brain, and our brains actually create these neural pathways, and some of them are positive, good pathways, and some of them are negative. And when there's trauma in our lives, we can get stuck in these trauma loops and bad, unhealthy patterns and habits. So in the brain retraining program, we're basically teaching our brain to start avoiding those old negative patterns and creating new healthy patterns. So we're trying to block the old negative patterns and form these new ones and start going down those instead. Well, part of the retraining program is elevating your mood. So when you're feeling down or anxious throughout the day, to proactively, purposefully elevate your mood, whether it's listening to music that makes you happy, dancing, watching funny videos, spending time with people, going for a walk in nature, being goofy and silly, just purposely elevating your mood throughout the day. Because when our minds or our hearts are in that elevated state, that's when the brain can change. So one of the other expressions that I've heard in the program is fake it until your brain becomes it. So there's something about acting differently than how we're actually feeling. So the old expression is fake it until you make it. And my dad used to say that, just kind of, sometimes you just have to pretend you're feeling good because you don't want to tell everybody how lousy you feel. Just fake it until you make it. But there is some truth to that as far as our brain goes and neuroplasticity. We have to sort of, I guess, trick our brains into thinking we actually are happy and joyful and calm when we're not feeling that way. So, say you wake up in the morning and your normal feeling is dread and anxiety. Soon as you wake up, instead of allowing that thought pattern to continue, we have to interrupt it. And this is what I've been doing, because mornings have always been hard for me with anxiety and stuff. So I'll wake up in the morning, and as soon as I wake up, before I even get out of bed, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Today's going to be a great day. And I force myself to smile. Oh, this is going to be such a good day today. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I'm calm. And I go through all this stuff before I even get out of bed. And then when I get out of bed, I try to continue to say, I'm doing great. I'm feeling great today. And just try to elevate my mood. And sometimes when I'm making breakfast, I'll dance around a little bit in the kitchen and just throw my arms up in the air and say, I am healthy and I feel great today. This is awesome. And I am at peace and I'm calm. This is great. Stuff like that. So I'm basically faking it, but somehow it tells your brain, wow, she's acting like that. Even though we're thinking like this, maybe she is happy. Maybe things are good. And I don't know all the technical stuff, how it works, but it does work because I've been doing this for a few days, more intentionally, and I am feeling a difference. I'm feeling more joyful when I catch myself in those low moments and I start acting different than how I feel. I start to feel the way I want to feel. And I was watching another video the other day. It was Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he teaches all about the brain and rewiring it and neuroplasticity and stuff. And he was saying we need to behave like the person we want to be. We need to act like we're already there. So, we're used to, if we're in pain, we don't feel well, we're used to acting that out, like, oh, I don't feel good, and we want to sit around, whatever, however we deal with it. And the things we say, we tell people, oh, I don't feel good, we talk about our symptoms and all that. That's a no-no. That has to stop, because that just validates sickness and negativity. So as tempting as it is to talk about our symptoms and to focus on that, we can't do that, because that's just going to keep us in those same trauma loops. So we have to be changing our thoughts, speaking differently. Oh yeah, I feel great, even if you don't. And act like the person you want to be. Act like you've already changed. Like for me, my expectation is that I am healthy, I'm strong, I'm calm. I'm completely restored, body, soul, and spirit. I'm living a vibrant, joyful, abundant, active life. I'm serving God and helping other people find this freedom and this joy that I have found. And I am just enjoying my life like never before, and it's awesome. So that's my expectation. I have to start acting like that's already true. So that's fake it till you make it, right? So that's what I've been working on. I'm doing the DNRS program. I'm doing the practices every day for an hour. And then throughout the day, I'm trying to think differently. I'm trying to interrupt my the paths that I've been going down, which is more negativity and thinking of myself as a sick person and stuff, trying to interrupt those and think differently, speak differently, and behave differently. There's something about moving the body in different ways and acting joyful and raising your arms in the air and holding yourself. Oh, I love myself. For the first time in my life, I love myself, I care for myself, and I'm going to start putting myself first and taking care of myself, and that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. Yay for me. I'm doing a great job. And another little tip that I picked up, I was watching another video, and the woman, it was about, thinking differently and stuff, and she said every morning after she brushes her teeth, she looks in the mirror and she either says or thinks to herself, what is it that you need from me today? Because we need to take care of ourselves. Most of us have neglected ourselves, I think. It's time to start, nurturing ourselves and caring for ourselves. But she said that she gives herself a high five in the mirror. After she asked herself that question, she's like, high five, you're doing a great job. We need to be our own cheerleaders. We need to encourage ourselves and maybe nurture ourselves like we've never been nurtured. So anyway, fake it till you make it. Fake it until your brain becomes it. Think higher than you feel. And act like a goofball if you need to. Yeah. Have a great day.